Say your name and your company name.
My name is Matt Fulton, and I'm one of the founders of a company called Melville.
What is Melville?
Pause, give it a second.
Mm-hmm.
So Melville is a web annotation tool that on any website anywhere, you can highlight a bit of text, add a note, along with view and engage with the notes others have made on the web.
Why do you think that's an important issue?
Well, the way we sort of look at it from like a 10,000 foot.
So, this is
repeat
an
the
important
question.
issue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not meant to be as much of a conversation as like a question answer.
Here's the
question,
direction
answer.
now.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So we think annotation is important because if you take a really high level sort of 10,000 foot view look, what we're trying to do is to make the internet a little bit smarter, right? So when I read an article on, say, tech or Rails programming or something that I consider myself, have some level of domain expertise in, a large portion of it maybe is out of context or incomplete or, sometimes wrong. And that's okay because I know about that topic, so I can place that information in the context of the other information that I already have. But when I read about something that I'm interested but not well versed in, like health and nutrition, the article seems, it might as well be gospel. It seems accurate to me when it likely carries the same, issues, the same level of accuracy as the stuff I actually know about. So annotation is a way for us to get that domain expertise embedded in line and allow people to understand, the greater context of an issue without having to do the hours of research themselves.
Perfect. How did you come up with the idea for Melville?
There's a large part of it there.
Yeah, well, you could say like I was sitting in my chair at home and I thought, oh my God.
All right, let me think about this one a little bit.
Yeah. We can come back to it if you want. Or if you just want to skip over it and you're happy.
Let's come back to it.
Yeah. Cool. Who are your co-founders?
So the Melville team is, let me start there. The Melville team is myself, Anton Tran, who's another fellow, and John Musgrave, who is a developer I know out in Cincinnati.
Perfect. Why did you join VFA in the first place?
I joined VFA to learn how to build, right? So in college, I tried to start a tech company and, tried to start as a pretty generous term considering how far it got. But it's a case where you learn, like, there's so much more you need to know, so much stuff that you hadn't even thought of. And learning through apprenticeship, being able to go and work at a startup, has been a huge part of my development. And plus, it's been incredibly fun.
How has your journey as a VFA fellow prepared you for the accelerator?
Going through the VFA program to the point that I have has put me in a spot where I'm really capable of building products, I feel. So I spent the last year and a half at Road Trippers in Cincinnati, where I got the opportunity to go from novice, self-taught web developer into, a highly productive person in that space, while also working across, as the growth team lead, working across also. Rephrase that a little bit. Okay, so the VFA experience. I'll give you a second to cut. So I don't chew on my words here.
Yeah.
All right. Can you ask me the question again?
Yeah. How did Harry Potter get down the hill?
What do you mean?
Walking.
Oh.
JK, rolling.
I like it.
How did your journey as a VFA fellow prepare you for the accelerator?
Going through the VFA program has put me in a place where, I feel ready to build products, more or less. So I started out at Road Trippers as a novice web developer with, self-taught, not a lot of experience, and was in a place as the 13th member of a team that grew to over 40 while I was there, to not only become very strong in web development, but also to work across the business, at one point leading a very small growth team, while also being involved in product decisions. So that puts me in the right place. Yeah, you can cut out this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like if you're happy with the answer, don't feel the need to ramble. Just like
cool. Don't expound on it.
Cut it. Yeah.
Cool. Can you cut that out there? Or did you need a longer pause?
No, I think you'll be fine.
Cool.
Like ideally, the second there's a breath there, we can just cut it real quick.
Yeah.
That was good. What are you hoping to get out of the accelerator?
We are looking at the accelerator as a time to figure out what this product is. So we have some very strong ideas about it, but we want to try to be problem out rather than product out. And so we want to experiment with the problem, with this product, and see what it is we're solving. The other piece we want to get out of the accelerator is starting to establish relationships with people in this world outside of the VFA network, so we can be in a good place to A, raise funding, B, work with other people in the space. That's really just raise funding. So you want me to run that one back one more time?
Sure.
Cool. So hit me with the question again, just so I can get started.
Yeah. What are you hoping to get out in the accelerator?
So we're looking at the accelerator as a chance to really build out the product and figure out what it is. Right now it's a pretty simplified web annotation tool, but we want to make sure we're focusing on the problem and not the product. We want to figure out what the right product to build for this problem. All right, I'm going to start over. Sorry.
No worries.
Let me think about this a little bit out loud. Okay, so it's about building the product and it's about making relationships. Those are really the two things.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it a little pithier.
I would say 1 sentence on each then.
Perfect.
Don't feel the need to go any more in depth than that.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. What are you hoping to get out of the accelerator?
We're looking at the accelerator as a time to build out the product and figure out really what it is. The other thing we're looking at is starting to establish relationships in the VC world as we build this, because as this gains traction and as this takes off, hopefully, we're going to need to start establishing those relationships and eventually raise funding.
Perfect. What have you learned so far?
I think the biggest thing we've learned so far is that it's important to be problem out when you're thinking about a product. It's easy to come up with a solution to a problem and then have that solution take over as your way of thinking about the business.
Cool. What's been the most challenging part so far, and what do you think will be the most challenging?
The most challenging part for me so far has been, being the only full-time member of the team being out here. So there's a lot of times when I would love to be able to bounce ideas off my co-founders in the middle of the day, but they're at work and I can't. It's great to have the accelerator team and the other teams here to talk to, but those people aren't day in, day out living and breathing this thing.
Cool. Good luck on the answers. What do you need to do to succeed?
So what direction are you looking for? This could be anything?
Could be focus on sales, we need to get a certain amount of traction.
Gotcha.
I'll rephrase the question. What does a successful 3 months in the accelerator look like to you?
Okay.
Basically, where do you want to be at the end of the accelerator?
Okay.
So you could say at the end of the accelerator, or by the end.
Sure.
If you want to.
So I would consider the accelerator experience successful if at the end of it we have a core group of users on whatever the product looks like, and we have a very strong idea about what the product is and how we are solving the problem we are trying to solve, which will put us in a place to A, scale up, and B, start thinking about fundraising.
Perfect. What are you looking forward to the most over the next 3 months? About the accelerator. We'll come to Philly stuff.
Sure.
Right after.
I'm trying to think. So we've got IDEO coming up. We've got sort of pitch day, or what are we calling it? Pitch day?
Launch day.
Launch day. What other events do we have coming up? I'm trying to think of it that way.
Bonza and Castle are coming in tomorrow. There's IDEO. There's basically 2 launch days. There's a VFA supporter event coming in. The guys from GLG, Pradeep, this guy Evan are coming in. We already did the mentor days. There'll probably be one other trip up to New York.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I'm ready.
Okay. What are you most looking forward to over the next 3 months?
Honestly, the day that I'm most looking forward to is launch day, because we'll see after all those months of hard work that we've put in on the product, hopefully we're going to have something great by then, or something where we have a very strong idea about what it is and are able to expose it to a larger audience.
Perfect. Cool. Philadelphia. Good? Bad? What's your take?
So far I like Philadelphia. It's a cool city. Not that I've had a ton of time to get out yet. I guess the things that have surprised me the most are, being right on Rittenhouse Square. Also, it's an incredibly active city, Tinder-wise.
Thank God you said that. I asked Taylor and Mike, like, tell me about your first grouper experience. So it was a joke, and they both were like, because they didn't have fun. Describe your living situation.
So right now I'm living in Rittenhouse Square on basically 18th and Walnut with Mike, Claire, Kate, Zubin, and John. Mike and I are sharing a room with two very cozy twin beds, and yeah, that's it. So I can rephrase that a little bit.
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
cool. So I'm living in an apartment with 5 other of the fellows in the accelerator. Mike, Claire, Kate, Zubin, and John. We're nice and packed in there. Mike and I share a room with 2, cozy twin beds, getting to know each other really well.
Perfect. Last question, unless there's anything else you want to do. Tell me a bit about the First Round Capital offices.
The First Round Capital offices are incredible. We have this giant space with what has got to be like a $12,000 cappuccino machine that grinds the beans for you and everything. And we just have plenty of space to work. There's standing desks, there's conference rooms we can use. We're really lucky to have the space.
Great. Anything else you want to be asked or want to talk about or feel like we didn't cover?
I don't think so. I think that answer might be yes, a month from now.